My name is Ivey Nixon. I train at the MMA Lab, and my hometown is Junction City, Kansas.
My name is Luis Iniguez. I am from Portland, Oregon, and I am here to compete in the welterweight tournament for the UFL 1.
I would say that I did boxing for about 8 years, and then I got into Muay Thai, and then I got into MMA. But throughout the whole time, I had like coaches in and out, so I got used to creating my own style. So it's like footwork with a funky style of boxing.
So my style is heavy striking. I like to use a little bit of wrestling, the clinch game, but I'm mostly a striker, high volume, and I like to put the pressure on them and the guys bench full.
He does seem a little bit slow. I think I'm gonna have the speed advantage and the style advantage. And I've seen that there's an F3 sponsorship if you get a first round knockout, so that's what I'm going for. That's what my prediction is.
To win the fight, I believe I just gotta be patient, use my experience, use my striking skill, and break them down slowly.
So how do you follow a fight like that? Well, we do it by jumping up to the welterweight division, opening this bracket of the Grand Prix and introducing you to these fighters. First of all, this guy, Luis Sicaro, 23, Iniguez, a record of 5-2, 36 years of age, Frank, a striking background, 3 of his 5 wins are by knockout. He even said to me, I'd love to get a submission on this stage in front of you, Frank Mir. That's one thing. But this is a guy who always wanted to get into sports, who was very athletic, but never got into it in college, in university. So at 25 years of age, he said, my last chance is combat sports. That's the only one I believe that I can truly find a way of carving an athletic career. So he stepped into boxing, from boxing into kickboxing, and now into MMA at 36 years young. He wanted it, he found a way, and now he's doing it, Frank.
Yes, and it just shows that really, honestly, you can have excuses all day long, we all can find them. But Luis has said, no, I'm going to go ahead and follow my dream, and has had success in doing so with the desire to push. It actually is kind of different or unusual in our sport. So many of these guys, everybody seems to, it's the trend, almost to a flow. Most MMA fighters will love to go ahead and win by striking, even though we'll have guys coming here with national championship record, collegiate wrestling, or gold medals in freestyle wrestling. Phenomenal jiu-jitsu experts, and all of a sudden all they do is stay in bed. Now here all of a sudden we have Luis, who is actually a professional boxer in his background, and has a desire to come out here not only and fight in front of me, but actually get his first submission win, which I feel that kind of mindset again is going to force him to evolve and grow as a fighter.
Luis Iniguez inside the cage. Time to welcome his opponent from here in Arizona, Ivey Nixon. Wait till you hear this, the crowd already on their feet for this man, Ivey Hardstyle Nixon. A record of 6-3, 4 of those wins by finish, 3 by KO, 1 by submission. Hailing from the MMA Lab, the hugely successful gym here in Arizona. Now that nickname Hardstyle, you're going to see why in a minute, Frank Mir, because he has an unorthodox striking style. He stands square, he kind of throws his arms to feint. He's going to throw one thing, then something else comes. He's unorthodox, he's unpredictable, but my God, is he fun to watch.
Really, there's a reason why we do things a certain way, even though everybody has a certain style of what they do. If you see a guy get inside a box, or excuse me, at the base, the bat in baseball, they have one leg forward, they have their rear hand is on top. There's certain things that we do when we throw a punch, or a kick, or do a takedown. It's because it's more effective, it's more efficient, it's more a higher percentage. Here, Nixon kind of rewrites that look. I've watched him do things that other guys, when they're watching, if they're one of my students, I'm actually say, hey, I don't care how successful he is at it, we're not going to do that, because he's able to do so. He's a very unique athlete. He pulls things off with his mindset, but a lot of things he does are very unique and would be considered wrong. Hard to argue, though, with success. When a guy lands a technique, he pulls it off, he gets the knockout. It's hard to say no to it. So tonight you're going to see things done very unusually, and they're hard to train for.
So next up, let's have a quick look at the tail of the tape before these two guys go at it inside the UFL cage. Here we see 6-3 versus 5-2, 36 versus 32. Height and reach virtually identical. We are set, we are ready. Let's get this underway. Let's hand it to Cyrus Fees.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, 3 5-minute rounds, a quarterfinal matchup in the welterweight Grand Prix. Introducing first the fighter on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, 76 for 1 inch tall, weighing in at 169.2 pounds. His record 5 wins and 2 defeats. Fighting out of Portland, Oregon, Luis Sicario, 23. And now his opponent, standing across the cage and fighting out of the red corner. He stands 6 foot 1 inch tall, weighing in at 169.9 pounds. His record 6 wins and 3 defeats. Fighting out of Junction City, Kansas, I give you Ivey Peacock Nixon.
Set and ready we are, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. This the opening bout in the welterweight Grand Prix here at UFL 1. The referee giving the final instructions. They stare it down. Luis Iniguez in the blue corner, black shorts, representing that American top team. Taking on Ivey Nixon from MMA Lab here in Arizona. He is in the white shorts, red corner, and already look at the stance. Square stance as he faces up against his opponent.
Yeah, it's a square stance. Doesn't allow you to throw power until you make a movement first. So by standing square and hands down, what he does is he invites you to throw first. So when you throw, he steps offline, and then that's how he gets into a stance that has power. And then you're exposed, you throw your shot, he stepped offline, and then he fires with his power. So that's why, again, he keeps his hands down. He's inviting you to throw towards his head. He wants you to throw high so that he can make you miss, step off to the side, load up plyometrically, and spring back with power.
Luis, though, you've got to respect his power. 3 of his 5 wins are by knockout. You can hear his comment. They want him to keep moving. And it's so hard to prepare for this style, right? You have to learn in the cage, in the fire, as to how to react to the feints, the movement, the unorthodox style of Ivey.
Exactly, because you'll have your training partners trying to mimic it, but again, they're mimicking it. It's not something they're familiar with. So they're trying to do the things he does, but they're not going to be able to do it at the level that he is able to. And here is the first time Luis is actually going to see it done at full speed.
Look at the loose that Ivey looks in this cage, already busted up. Luis, blood across the face coming from the nose.
I love how he does his side-to-side movement.
Oh!
Yeah, you see how he is. He's there side-to-side. He uses that side-to-side to load his power. He moves left, you miss, and now his left side has power. He moves off to the right by making when he misses, and he loads his right side. Back and forth. So now he's a moving target, and he's loading power.
On top of that, Frank, what I've got to say was with that movement, his accuracy level is really high, right? Look at the damage he's already caused in less than just over 2 minutes of this first round.
It is. The only issue I have with it is that we're humans. Our reaction time, our eyesight, they're not perfect. You know, you can miss the ball. I see the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL miss sometimes. But in our sport, you don't sit there and shake your head and go, sorry, I'll get the next one. You're actually looking at your corner going, damn, that sucks.
That jab hurt him as well. Luis head pushed back by that straight left hand there from Ivey Nixon. Oh my goodness. Busting him up as Nixon in round number 1. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go in this first stanza.
Well, and again, one of the things that Luis is not doing is not faking. So when you fight someone like a Nixon, you throw a fake, right? He's going to move. There, you know where he is. Okay, I see now where you move and I throw my jab. Now I'm going to fake my jab and throw my next strike to where you're going to be at.
Already bloodied up. Luis Iniguez stumbles back a little bit there as well. Oh, and again the right hand connects. Oh, digs to the body, Frank.
control of this fight. He is completely the hunter right now.
How frustrating must that be from Lewis when his strength is the striking? Right now he's suffering at the hands of Nixon. Heavy punches, continues, and high output coming from the red corner fighter.
So frustrating as a fighter. You have your abilities, and there's a guy in front of you. And you now understand what he's doing, but you're not able to stop it. And it's just rinse and repeat. He keeps coming forward. Every time you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and he keeps coming forward, either with the takedowns or the shots he's landing. And you're not able to have any kind of really effective answer to him. It makes your heart rate rise, you get more fatigued, and in turn, Nixon is becoming more relaxed. He can fight this way all night long. His heart rate is lowering.
25 seconds in this first round. The cut person will have a lot of work to do in between rounds. Lewis, give me the finish! What a turnaround! What a turnaround!
Is why. Nixon does a lot of things great, but he takes a gamble.
What just happened, right? Total control, Ivey Nixon. Bloodied and almost beaten. But as you said, Frank, this is mixed martial arts. That's what can happen. He just changed his world with one punch.
Exactly, and it only takes one shot in our sport.
Ivey, if being anybody has a chance.
And we're not perfect as humans, as athletes. That's why keeping your hands a little higher is effective and it is a good idea. Because here Nixon was having his way, but his loose downhand style, he took that shot. He missed the one that caught him on the chin. Referee jumped in. Could be an argument made that he wasn't really out of it. I personally wouldn't have stopped it there. Not that it wouldn't have been stopped 30 seconds later, but Nixon was still, that was intelligent defense. He rolled from his half guard into a shot.
I think for me, it might be the way he dropped down that the referee reacted to. But look, this is where we're at. The referee stepped in.
What a turnaround.
What a turnaround. I think we're going to see it one more time. Talk us through it, Frank.
Hook, dropped, hands on the mat, came down. Referee, if he was going to stop it off that, should have stopped it right here. And he does. And what I was seeing afterwards, so I actually stand corrected. That shot, the way he was dropped, was a good stoppage, even though Nixon was able to recover and move forward.
But the crowd still here on their feet at what is a comeback of all comebacks. Let's give the man the moment. To do that, we need the man with the mic, Cyrus Fees.
Ladies and gentlemen, Raul Parata stops his fight at 446, round number 1. You're winner by TKO to strikes, and advancing in the welterweight Grand Prix, Luis Sicario, 23, Iniguez.
Try to get you out of here quickly now. I know you want to get to the locker room. What an impressive display of grit and heart. You fought a very unorthodox fighter. He's awkward. Your training partners probably had a hard time simulating him. But you stayed consistent, forward, focused, and finally landed that beautiful left hook. What was the game plan coming in against somebody as unusual as Nixon?
Yeah, I knew that awkward style, so I just knew I just had to be patient, stick to the fundamentals, stick to the technique, and eventually I was going to catch him.
What was going through your mind as the fight was going on? A lot of other guys with less mental fortitude would have folded. What is going through your mind? You're sitting there going, man, I'm just not being effective against this guy.
I think it was going through my mind. I have family here watching me, so I couldn't disappoint them. So I knew I had to pull that out of the bag somehow. And, you know, that's what I did. Thank God.
Phenomenal. Move on in the tournament. You're a winner, Luis Iniguez.
Let's take a look at that one more time. These are the highlights of what was a fight that was one-way traffic. Ivey Nixon putting on the pressure, putting on a beating against Luis Iniguez. But then this, the left hand that changed the momentum and changed the life of that man, Luis Iniguez. and a first-round finish means his next camp will be sponsored. He will be sponsored by F3 Energy.